When you make a wish, when you wait for the result of an exam, or to help make your team win, we bet many of you cross your fingers to attract good luck, even unconsciously. However, have you ever wondered what's the origin of this gesture and where does it come from? If so, then once again, we'll be going back in history to find out, TikTakers. Crossing the fingers originates from the practices of two religions. On one hand, there is paganism, the ancient cults that worship the forces of nature and other gods. Its followers believed that when crossing their index finger with the finger of someone else, their dreams would be stored at the point where the fingers crossed until they finally became a reality. For them, this gesture symbolizes a perfect unity that attracts good spirits, and so two people were needed to make a wish. This was also a custom in the first and difficult years of Christianity. Let's remember that until the Edict of Milan, this religion was forbidden by the Roman Empire and its followers were persecuted. When they were in danger, they crossed their fingers to summon the protection of God. This gesture takes a form similar to a fish, which is the symbol of the Christian Church. Moreover, its translation to Hebrew are the initials of Jesus Christ, Son of God, Savior. But let's stop and think for a moment, TikTakers. We don't always cross our fingers just to attract good luck, right? We sometimes did it behind our backs when we were little, when we didn't want someone to discover one of our lies, or when we promised something that we were not going to fulfill. This also has to do with the fight for survival of the old Christians. They would cross their fingers to absolve themselves from the lies they had to tell their persecutors to free themselves from punishment. In one way or another, the gesture was transmitted throughout the centuries until becoming popular in the entire world. But be careful! It can have different meanings in different parts of the world. For instance, in the Republic of Vietnam in Southeast Asia, this is considered an obscene gesture. If you do it to someone else, it's an offense, similar to the gesture we do in the West where we show our middle finger. If you do this gesture where it's not offensive, you might find what we recently discovered pretty useful. According to the Institute of Cognitive Neuroscience of the University of London, doing this gesture can reduce any pain you might be feeling in your fingers. For instance, if you hit your finger with a hammer or if a closing door squishes it by accident. This is because changing their position confuses our brain and the way it processes sensations. And so, now you know why we cross our fingers, TikTakers. Now all we need is for it to actually work, so fingers crossed! If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, and if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode!